It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Intrabet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.
Race 6 on the card is a race I'm really looking forward to. The Mercury Sprint Grade 1 over 1,200 metres. We have a quartet carryover 500,000 Rand. We're expecting that quartet pool to top the 3 million Rand mark. We've got all the champions in the race. All the Grade 1 winners of this past season are in the race. It shapes up to be a cracking contest. Let's have a look at a rerun of the Post Merchants on July Day, which was won by Valdorcia, with Good Traveller back in second. We'll also have a look at the Golden Horse Casino Sprint. That was won by Elysian Chief, and then we'll hear from Candice Bass-Robinson.
At Sheila the leader, Valdorcia's throwing out the challenge. Sound of warnings on the outside. Is it Vungu Vars Vicky on the inside of that? On his coin spinner, Eden Rock. William Robertson's on the outside. It becomes wide open. William Robertson, Valdorcia down the inside. Sheila, and on the inside, Good Traveller. Good Traveller's coming well, but Valdorcia won it from Good Traveller. And then there's a wall of them involved for the photo for third. Comes Real Gone Kid. Bartoldi's on the inside. Cosmic Highways towards the outside. Hello Winter Hello's trying to get into the race, and then comes Good Traveller down the inside. Bartoldi, but Elysian Chief leads it, and it's Elysian Chief. Battle Forces trying to run on from behind. Bartoldi on the inside. Elysian Chief and Bartoldi, they come together. Elysian Chief won it. Bartoldi second. Third place will go to Smorgasbord. Maybe Chimichurri run fourth.
Zarina was having her last run of the season. There wasn't much else for her barring the 1200. I think she will cope with the 1200 quite well. She hasn't run over 12 for quite some time now. It's, I think, a very open race this day. I don't think there's, besides Captain's Ransom, I don't think there are any real standouts in the Mercury this year. She's drawn 9. She likes to come from off the pace a little bit. So just last chances and hoping that she can do something and maybe get a bit more black type before she goes off to stud.
Well, there are a number of fillies in this year's renewal of the Mercury Sprint. Big Burn, Captain's Ransom, obviously we just heard there, Zarina back to 1,200 metres, Supreme Quest, and Gallic Princess. So the fairer sex well represented in a really, really strong renewal of the Mercury Sprint. All of the big race winners throughout the season over the sprint distances are here, including, of course, the 1-2 from the Post Merchants, which we showed you there on July Day, won by Valdorcia ahead of Good Traveller. Rahil, that's not an easy race for me to watch over. I was all over Good Traveller, 20-1 and 25-1. And to watch him running second there was a little bit, gave me indigestion. But anyway, Valdorcia was a deserved win on the day, and I think he's going to run a big race again. My top 3 selections here are 16-1, 16-1 and 12-1. I'm going Big Burn. Inside draw, the gate speed, she deserves a big race. Warren Kennedy, Paul Peter, they as champions deserve to win a Grade 1 on the day. She's going to get it right as far as I'm concerned eventually, and I think with the draw, she'll get the run of the race. So my hopes are pinned on Big Burn, ahead of stablemate Valdorcia and Good Traveller, maybe Captain's Ransom back in fourth. But all of that being said, I fancy those outsiders because I think the draw is critical. Again, field.
Graham, I was just about to say, let's go Good Traveller again, but you want to the filly in the race, Big Burn. But I'm going to be with Good Traveller this time out. He's 4 kgs better off with Valdorcia for half a length beating. I think he'll turn the tables comfortably with Valdorcia. Obviously, he's drawn slightly wider this time out, but he's a horse that did come from far back last time out. I think with Grant van Niekerk back in the hands, he's a jockey that managed to get the graded success as a 2-year-old with Good Traveller. He's a form of the course and distance, 2 runs, 1 win, 1 second, and Grant has a good record aboard this individual, 4 rides for 2 wins. So I think Good Traveller at 16-1 in the market, another generous price, Graham. Come on, we've got to go with Good Traveller. Let's go with him one more time. As you mentioned, Big Burn. I think she's a horse maybe you can respect for those trifectas and quartets. Number 8, Master Archie, slightly disappointing when beaten behind William Robertson. I think there they would have learned a lot from that run. It was his first run around the turn, and I think Master Archie is going to give a good account of himself. I think a horse like Battle Force, now with the blinkers on, Craig Zaki right for the Peter Muscat yard, he's a horse that I think must go into trifectas and quartets. And then number 3, Captain's Ransom, I've included her for that 4th position. I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Graham, one more horse I want to get your thoughts on is number 5, Elysian Chief. Now, he did win on Sprint Day at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, but what do you make of him going around the turn? Because that is a negative for me.
Well, they've been training him around the turn on the Highveld, so they've been preparing him specifically for this race. My selections are, I've given my selections. Those are the ones I like. Slightly tongue-in-cheek in the basis that I'm venturing into the double-digit priced horses. But this field is so strong. You talk about Elysian Chief. He's a Grade 1 winner. We know all about Captain's Ransom, Grade 1 winner. Chimichurri Run, can Sunny turn it on? Grade 1 winner. Master Archie, Grade 1 winner. Zarina, Grade 1 winner. Battle Force, Grade 1 winner. Bohica, Grade 1 winner. This has got such depth, this field, and there's going to be, the draw helps. There's going to be a lot of luck in running. We saw a bomb last year, of course, when Pearl of Asia came through to win it. I'm not suggesting that's going to happen, but I've told you my pick 6 structure. I'm ending up with 3 bankers because I'm going wide, wide, and wide. In fact, field in race 5, field in race 6. But here are my Dlala selections. So we've had to narrow them down. You've got to take a bit of a chance in a race that has got so much talent. I'm going with number 2, Big Burn. I'm not entirely turning my back on number 7, Good Traveller. There's no harm in backing 2 horses in a race, especially if they're big priced. I think Valdorcia took to Hollywoodbets Greyville, and I like the way he won the Post Merchants and cracking the inside draw. I'm going to respect him again. And like Rahil, I'm not 100% sure what to make of number 3, Captain's Ransom. So she gets the nod for 4th placing. But to be honest, if none of those ran into the money and there were 4 different horses that featured in the frame, I wouldn't be surprised. Such is the depth of talent. But my suggested bet is win and place number 2, Big Burn, who's currently at around 12 to 1.
Your winning place is number 2, and my winning place number 7, Good Traveller, Grand Fanika aboard, and I think he offers tremendous value in this lineup, followed by number 8, Master Archie. I think you can expect a much better showing from this smashing looking son of Rafif. 3rd choice, number 12, Battle Force, and then 4th, I'm going to go with number 3, Captain's Ransom, who's been disappointing in her 2 runs in the Garden Province, but she's 2 from 2 over the distance, and she has cracked a beautiful draw in gate number 3 with Richard Fourie aboard. So those are my Dlala selections, and you've heard from Graham. He's in the camp of number 2, Big Burn, but he certainly wouldn't be surprised if you were to get an upset result in the Mercury Sprint.
I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.